Good morning, everyone present here, online and both offline. So, I welcome on the behalf of St. Paul Institute of Professional Studies Indore, Research and General Committee and IQAC, to all the members, all the participants present here, offline and online. And today we'll be having a very important session. Before commencing to that, I request everyone to please prepare themselves for the silent prayer and let us pray to God to give His blessings to this session so that we can get more of the knowledge, more of the quality things so that we can improve our teaching and learning. Thank you so much. Friends, on this third day of FDP, our today's topic is very unique and very innovative as well. Today we'll be having understanding role play as innovative teaching methodology. And the speaker, the resource person for today's session is Professor Matthew NJ. He is having 14 years of experience. He has done his post-graduation in English language and literature and in sociology. The area of interest and specialization are literature and the society. So who best is other than Professor Matthew NJ to discuss about this topic? He's a very suitable person. He's very popular in our college also to make his lectures very innovative. So, not taking much of the time, I invite Professor Matthew N. Joseph here on the dais. Sir, please.
Thank you, Ravi sir, for introducing me. Good morning to all of you. The pillars of
Good morning, sir.
the pillars of the Research Foundation of India, galaxy of intellectuals and scholars, all the faculty members of SPITS. I feel immense joy and honor to stand before you as a resource person for the session that we have already given, understanding role play methodology for innovative teaching. So without wasting any of the time, I just move ahead. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
System is making some problem.
Okay, we are really sorry for the technical snag. So let me begin with a question. What is a role play? From online and offline also you can respond. Yes, it should be a participatory learning, not a one-man show. Yeah. Someone can unmute and speak. Yes, answer is already here. Act a part. Role, it consists of two words. Yes, if you break this word into two, role and play. Play has one more meaning in English. Play means a drama. A playwright is a person who writes. So when you are playing someone's role, of course, it's a role play. And it's a method that we use learning by doing. In teaching scenario, it's very popular that we use the methodology for learning by doing. And other important aspect is that it's not a new method. Other day, Rachel Madam also said most of this methodology we use is very traditional, ancient. And it can be seen in both Western culture as well as in not only in Indian culture. We always say Indian culture, but I would use the word Oriental culture because it was not only in India, in the neighboring countries of India, whole Asia. The word Orientalism itself is Eastern. It stands for Eastern culture. So teaching culture in India, I think I no need to give any explanation. All of you know. But the neighboring culture we had just after Pakistan and Iran, we had very ancient culture, Greek culture, where the teaching was so strong. And the world famous philosophers like Socrates, you all heard about. He had his disciple, that is Plato, and he had his disciple, that is Aristotle, and he had his disciple, that is Alexander the Great. So teaching has a very long legacy of teacher-student relationship. And I just want to mention one more word, Confucius from China. It's known as the philosopher, but Confucianism has become a religion in China. So I just pick a story from there and I'll move ahead. The story is like that. Once Confucius was going with his disciple in his chariot. Right? So what happened? The charioteer was sitting front, and Confucius and his disciple was sitting at the back. And China, winter is so severe. So while he was taking the chariot, there came a place full of ice. So by mistake, the charioteer took the chariot to a place. It was a lake. The surface of the lake was ice, but beneath it was not ice, it was water. So what happened when the chariot reached there? It turned, and there was a full material, scroll, study material. In those days, there was no printing machine involved. So scroll was very important. And Confucius' full scroll went deep into the water. So immediately what happened? The disciple jumped into that water. He picked the scroll, brought back to Confucius, and after a few seconds, he died because it was very cold water, whole body became free. So that was the kind of student-teacher relationship we had in Oriental culture. Okay, we have in Oriental culture, I should say. And another one, why do we use role play method? So there are different levels of learning. Learning has different levels. First one is knowledge. Knowledge again different from understanding. Understanding is again different from application. Suppose I know Rachel Madam. That means I just know her. That's all. There's a professor in the management department. Her name is Rachel Pawar. Hi, bye, good morning. Yes. I don't know much about her. Earlier, when we don't have this YouTube and internet, if you study about United States, yes, far away there is a country, United States. Name is America. It was discovered by Columbus. Many people migrated from Asia, Europe, and other places. And George Washington is the first president. There was Civil War. Then there was Abraham Lincoln. So many things we study. But when you watch some video about United States, about New York or Texas or Washington, or you're taking a flight to US, you are trying to understand now. It has gone away from knowledge to understanding. After some time, you began to stay in United States. You got green card or visa, whatever. You began to apply. You began to put up yourself with the life of American. You know about the nook and corner. Just now, you know about the nook and corner of Indore. You just know about that. Coming to the third part, that is application. So every learning has this part and iske aage bhi hai. Yes, application part, analysis, research and all. So I'm not going into detail, but just basic things and what is related to role play. So levels of learning and assessment. When you prepare a question paper, if you are testing only the knowledge part, I would say that question paper is not a good question paper. If you ask question what is the full form of UNESCO? Student may say that United Nations Educational, Cultural and Scientific Organization. You're just testing the knowledge. When was Akbar born? Just you are testing knowledge. Or where he was born, someone. Or how many. All these questions are knowledge testing questions. But when you go to second part, understanding, question papers definitely will have questions like define, giving definition, explain, explanation, describe, elucidate, yeah, then differentiate, compare and contrast, distinguish. Why questions are very intellectual questions, you know. Sometimes classroom, when students in smaller classes, when teachers, when students ask why question, we suppress them. It is said that Rajaram Mohan Roy, when he was small, he used to ask why, kyun. His papa used to mark him. When he grew up, when उनकी बड़ी बाबी की सती हुआ, then he again protested why, and the system was abolished. Edison, 99, it said that, I don't know if science people know if it is right. 99 times he tested bulb, and every time it failed, he was asking why it failed. And the answer we got, yeah, you benefited of it. Right? So why questions are also very intellectual. Yes. And coming to applications, yes, construct, even in mathematics, geometry and all, we use construct a diagram. I think if I'm then draft a CV, maybe a notice, or prepare a notice, write a report, deliver a speech. All these aspects are application. So even in our examinations, we check all these things: knowledge, understanding, and application. Now, how can we achieve different levels? First one is through effective teaching pedagogies, methods. If you, I think, you know, you must be knowing this pedagogy, the word pedagogy. Pedagogy word, if you divide into two, peda plus agog. Peda means in Greek language, peda se are pediatrician. Pedo means children. Agog means in Hindi word, there is the word agwai. Suna agwai? Lead karna sab. So somewhere around Persian culture, we got that word. Actually, it's coming from Greek. So pedagogue means leading children through different methodology. There is one more word in English like that, demagogue. Dema means democracy, people. Gog, agog means leader. Someone who is leading people, they are called demagogue. Same way, pedagogue is for leading children. So pedagogies are the methods that we use for leading children. Not only children, education starts in a basic age, but it is continued. So we can use in higher age. Then both with teacher-centered and student-centered methods. Traditional method, most of the time we had lecture methods. Even in traditional classroom, no, I don't know, but with traditional ancient classroom, it may not be like that. But in our school time, if I remember, Teacher was the speaker, students were mute spectators. कुछ बोल नहीं सकते, टीचर कुछ बोलते हुए कोई हिलेगा तो भी चिमटी डंडे से मारते थे, कोई बोल ही नहीं सकती. If someone speaks, he is the most indisciplined one, right? So lecture method has that problem. Okay, traditional that is teacher centered, but now education has changed. It's not teacher centered, it's student centered. Sometimes students may come and take a lecture. Now that we had enough discussion. And teacher centered, now student centered. Role play is also a student centered method. Okay. And participatory learning, yes, it's not only teachers, students also participate. Sometimes even computer teachers must be knowing when you explain a computer program. Maybe a student sitting in your classroom must be knowing better than you, a new teacher, right? So you can take the help of that child. Getting? So sometime in a sociology class, you are explaining about rural life. You may be a person living in a city, but a student in your classroom coming from a village can better explain. So participatory learning is very necessary there. Another one, learning by doing. Already I have said it. Now we are going to different types of method. I'm not going to explain it. We already know lecture method, very traditional method. Teacher is teaching and students are listening. Colleges में ज़्यादा यही होता है. Even a teacher is called lecturer, right? Lecture method. Demonstration method. Okay, even laboratory kind of things also come in. Demonstration method, take a test tube, hydrogen peroxide, add sodium chloride. So you just show the thing. This is demonstration method. Then group assignments. Yes, we are familiar with. Case studies, we had enough discussion yesterday. Group discussion, we are going to have. Seminars and conference. Okay. Numerous we have, right? Then I think I repeated case studies. Sorry. Brainstorming sessions. Yeah. Then industrial visit. If you want more detail, you can contact Dr. Vivek Project. Then the last one is role play. Okay, I'm going to elaborate on role play. There are different types of role plays. That is what I want to say first. First is enactment of stories and plays. You know already a story. Story को आप enact कर रहे हो. Play. Maybe a one act play. And if you want to play a very big one, it takes more time. But you can take the part, maybe act one or major scenes. Okay. Then enactment of personalities. Suppose you want to show the life of Nelson Mandela or Mahatma Gandhi or Baba Amte or any famous Mother Teresa, any some famous personalities, you can show it through role play. Then enactment of speech. You know, National Youth Day, most of the colleges students enact like Swami Vivekananda, and especially his speech at Chicago, World Parliament of Religion, right? So that will be then Jawaharlal Nehru's speech, Twist to His Destiny, when India was getting on the eve of India's independence. Nehru's speech is also enacted. Enactment of maybe of some business tycoons or famous personality, Bill Gates or someone, you can do that. Enactment of real life situations. Japan, I was just browsing it, then I found Japan and Scandinavian countries and Brazil, smaller classes. बच्चों को सिखाने के लिए what they do is they suppose a driver. One student will act as nursery class, play school, and one student will sit as a driver, and behind him there will be many seats on both the sides, and he's just driving. और बीच में गाड़ी रुका तो there came old man, लकड़ी पकड़, is coming, stick, and now people are getting up and giving him the seat. But again to आगे जाते वक्त, yes, there came a pregnant woman, then again someone stood up and gave the way. So this way they teach the values of life. Tomorrow when they get into society, yes, this should be practiced, and the practice is given in very tender age. Okay, so that is another thing. Then enactment of, or even enactment of occupation. There is a famous examination now, not like IELTS and TOEFL exam. There is an exam called OET now. OET means Occupational English Test. If you want to go UK, Ireland, Australia, Canada, especially with the occupation, not for study and all, like a doctor, nurse, or other professional. When you go for an interview, there is a part role play. So they give a role situation, like a patient who is very much painful in his bed asking for medicine. or maybe mercy killing, euthanasia. Euthanasia, you must be. So sometimes the patient is suffering severely, then nurse को बुलाते आप कैसे इसको treat करते हैं? How do you handle the patient? Act करके बताओ. So role play is used in, and even in management, na, most of the interviews, they give you a pen and ask, sell this pen and show, right? These all are a kind of role play, occupation say related. Then last one, enactment of issues, maybe about dowry, female education, society की कोई सा भी corruption issues के ऊपर also you can show role play. Then purpose of role play. Okay, 4E comes in role play. First is education. Education एक purpose है. दूसरा edification. Edification आपने आप correct होके आगे बढ़ना. That is edification. Entertainment, yes, comedy role play if you use it is for entertainment purpose and it's experience. Second one, it is didactic in nature. Didactic is coming from a Greek word didaktulos. Didaktulos in Greek language, teacher. Okay, so teaching purpose. Okay, that is another didactic in nature. Learning life skills. I told you that Japan school exam life skills सीखने के लिए decision making, leadership skills, critical thinking, all those social skills. Okay. Frankly, Teresa, please mute yourself. Thank you. So, learning life skills. Okay, I told you about the life skill, and another one is learning social skills. Even in COVID period, what we understood that students are sitting at home, camera के पीछे चुप जाते हैं, so social skill बहुत lack हो रहा है. Students, they do not know how to mingle with. When you send our students to school, they are learning social skill also. Sometimes they fight with their friends. They are learning how to sit in the same bench. You know? So how to talk, all those things they learn. So it's a part of social skills. So role play will help us to learn these social skills. Learning language skill is most of the language classes we use role play so that students speak English without any hesitation. And it is an enhanced teaching strategy. Now we are coming to the steps in role play. What are the steps we need to take? First, when we are giving role play to students, first we need to plan which play we should give, which issue, whether it is about personality or issues or stories, whatever it is, first we have to plan it. And second thing is, Ravi sir must be knowing most of the time, sir was doing our skit. If a skit is without script, it will not be a successful one. So first, कोई बैठ के अच्छे से script लिखना है. Recording कर रहे तो you have to do the recording. That is the second one. Understood? So if script is gone, everything is gone. So सबसे important script बना. So it is including in planning also, right? And then rehearsal also we do. Implementing, when you come, we will rehearse it. So we can plan in a classroom maybe 1 or 2 weeks ahead. Okay, we can plan it and we can give this, right? Then evaluation. Once we have done, we do so many evaluations here. I think we don't want, right? No? So the third thing, prerequisites of role play. Role play में क्या-क्या चीज होना चाहिए? सबसे important. Movement of limbs and expressions. That means when you are acting, even in drama also, भरत मुनि के नाट्य शास्त्र में भी ये बता रहे कि when you do नर्तक और नाट्य और नाटक, इस सब में एक common element है. First one is movement of limbs. That is your expressions. If expressions are not proper, physical movements, simply physical. Second one, effective dialogue. Words. Dialogue means two. दो जन के बीच की कन्वर्सेशन को कहते हैं डायलॉग. समटाइम इट मे बी मोनोलॉग, अकेले बैठ के बात कर रहे होंगे, राइट? दैट इज थ्रू दैट आल्सो साइकोलॉजिकली व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इनसाइड इट्स कमिंग आउट. देयर इज अ फेमस इंग्लिश ड्रामा हैमलेट बाय शेक्सपियर. सो हैमलेट के बहुत सारे पार्ट हैमलेट अकेले बात कर, बट ऑडियंस आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन थ्रू हिज monologue. It's also called soliloquy. Soli means one. Soliloquy. Okay. Then histrionic expression, that means psychological. जो कैरेक्टर आप प्ले करते आपके माइंड में बिठाना पड़ेगा. Understood? I was just watching once an interview of देवानंद. तो बोला कि एक बार भिखारी की एक्टिंग करने के लिए, to act like a beggar, वो दिन भूखे रखा. Okay, he didn't eat anything, so that expression may come, right? So if we cannot do that with our students, but at least that feeling we should have, right? Suppose we are acting any place, maybe a role of a child. So maybe a bigger child acting like a small child. At least we should have that ability. When we assign role, that's the reason we assign it. Characterization also very important. If we assign some character, if it is very serious character, give to Devi sir. If it is both musky type character, give to Rakesh sir. Okay, so you can assign characters in that way. Okay, you need to understand the person first and divide the characters, right? Then costume. Last one is costume. आप जितने भी कोई ड्रामा करो ना रवि सर, जितने भी कोई ड्रामा ये करो, पर आखिरी में जब वो राजा पूरा कॉस्ट्यूम पहन के आते वक्त, हाँ लगता है अभी तो कुछ होने वाला, right? Because costume makes a big difference. Okay, role play we can use costume also. And I'm just sharing a story from Julius Caesar and just like how we can enact. Julius Caesar is a very famous play of Shakespeare. It's a historical play. And the scene I am showing here is his wife, Calpurnia. Caesar and his wife, Calpurnia. So the scene is like this. Julius Caesar was the first emperor of Rome. So Shakespeare, taking this story from Roman history, and इनका जो present English history के issue को वहाँ show करता है. So what he did is Caesar became the emperor of Rome. So Roman emperor के पहले there was an emperor. It was Greek empire. तो आपको पता है दुनिया में सुपर पावर्स हमेशा चेंज होता है. ग्रीक के पहले पर्शियन के पहले बैबिलोनियंस, पर्शियंस, ग्रीक्स, नाउ रोमन्स. सो रोमन एम्पायर खत्म हुआ, सॉरी ग्रीक एम्पायर खत्म हुआ, रोमन शुरू हुआ. इसके बीच में देयर वाज अ रूलर, बट इट्स नेम इज पोम्पे. तो पोम्पे करके रूलर को डिफीट करके जूलियस सीजर इज बिकमिंग द फर्स्ट एम्परर ऑफ रोमन. तो बट देयर वाज पॉलिटिक्स, क्योंकि कोई कुर्सी मिल रहे तो लड़ाई होती है सबसे, सबको सीसर बनना है, सबको राजा बनना है. तो सीसर के मर्डर वाले सीन है. What is happening is that all the people, there was a very faithful person, his name is Brutus. Brutus was the loyal person of Caesar. और एक और व्यक्ति था मार्क एंटनी. ये दोनों में देखिएगा तो ब्रूटस थोड़ा आइडियलिस्टिक व्यक्ति. तो वहां ये बोल रहे कि देखो हमें रिपब्लिक चाहिए, वी वांट अ कंट्री वेयर no need, we don't want dictatorship. So they are making allegation that Caesar is dictator. तो कुछ लोग कॉन्स्पिरेसी कर रहे हैं, वो धीरे धीरे ब्रूटस को भी, एक आइडियल आदमी को भी उनके साइड में लेते हैं. ओके, दे टेक ब्रूटस इन देयर साइड एंड दे प्लान इट दैट सीसर को कैपिटल में बुलाता है, कैपिटल राजधानी में, वहाँ पार्लियामेंट जहाँ होता है वहाँ उनको बुला रहे और उनको मुकुट पहनाएंगे. कोरोनेशन सेरेमनी, कोरोनेशन पता है, मुकुट पहनाएंगे. लेकिन कोरोनेशन सेरेमनी में व्हाट दे सीक्रेटली प्लान, कोरोनेशन के बीच में चाकू मार के इसको मार डाले सीसर को. दैट वाज द प्लान, कॉन्स्पिरेसी. सो इट वाज हैपनिंग इन अ डे, और इसके पहले वाले दिन सीसर की वाइफ कैलिफोर्निया had a very bad dream, nightmare. What she dreams is that आसमान में लोग फाइट कर रहे हैं, है ना. A lion is roaming in the capital city of Rome, and then she saw that many people coming and they are washing their hands in the blood of Caesar. That was the dream. The morning when she got up, she is saying that no, you will not budge an inch from this home. आज ये घर से आप बाहर नहीं जाएंगे. तो क्यों? She had a dream. There is a traditional understanding that women has the intuition power. Even Bible में भी there are some characters. क्या होने वाला है करके पहले किसको पता चलता है? Women. So Shakespeare is making use of this understanding in this play, and California बोले नहीं आप नहीं जाएंगे. Then Caesar is saying that no, I don't fear anyone. Both I and danger born in same day. Danger cannot stand before me, he can only stand behind me. तब California बोलते नहीं, जब भिखारी, when a beggar dies, nobody is knowing it because he's not a famous person. But when a king dies, Asman bhi hilta hai. Okay, heaven also bleeds. Okay, that is the word she uses. Then he says, coward dies many times before their death, but warrior dies only once. इसका मतलब डरपोक अपने असली मृत्यु के पहले बहुत बार मरता है, लेकिन बहादुर की मृत्यु एक ही बार हो. ओके, दैट्स अ फेमस डायलॉग इन जूलियस सीजर. तब कैलिफोर्निया के डायलॉग आ रहे वहां नहीं. योर विजडम हैज कंज्यूम्ड इन कॉन्फिडेंस. कॉन्फिडेंस में आपकी पूरी बुद्धि चले गए. तो कुछ लोग सीजर को फिर मस्का लगाने आते हो, saying that no, what California dreamt is not a bad dream, it's a good dream. If people are washing their hand in Caesar's blood means what does it mean? It's not danger. Romans are benefited from Caesar. Caesar से किसको फायदा मिल रहा है? रोम को फायदा मिल रहा है. So at last Caesar is going to capital में जाके when there is a coronation ceremony, when people stabbed him, एक लोग आके उनको स्टैब करता है. वन पर्सन स्टैब फ्रॉम बिहाइंड, इसका नाम है कास्का. ये ब्रूटस आके जब स्टैब करते वक्त देयर इज अ फेमस अनदर डायलॉग, एड टू ब्रूटा. ब्रूटस आप भी, क्योंकि सीसर को कभी नहीं लगा था ब्रूटस इनको चाकू मारेंगे. लाइफ में कभी ऐसे सिचुएशन होता है लोगों के लाइफ में. तो सीसर इज displaying that, Shakespeare is displaying that, yes, what bosom friend भी अभी क्या कर रहा है? चाकू मार. So that dialogue is very common. Aid to Bruta, right? Aid to Ajay sir. Then we can use it in any way. Simply I'm saying. Then other one, we can see आगे जाते वक्त there was funeral of Brutus, sorry, Caesar, and funeral में ब्रूटस बात करता है. अभी लोगों को समझाना पड़ता है व्हाई डिड दे किल सीसर. तो ये बोलना है ही इज वेरी सेल्फिश, लालच है इसलिए उनको मार डालना रोम. तो ब्रूटस इन दिस स्पीच ही सेइंग दैट हम रोम को ज्यादा प्यार कर रहे हैं सीसर से ज्यादा, इसलिए इनको. तो ब्रूटस बहुत आइडियल व्यक्ति होने के कारण बोला कि हम मार्क एंटनी को भी साथ में ले लेते. ओके, पर बाकी लोग बोलते नहीं, मार्क एंटनी इज वेरी डेंजरस, डोंट टेक हिम. बट ब्रूटस ने बोला नहीं, अगर एंटनी हमारे साथ है तो लोगों को समझाना बहुत इजी होगा. तो उनकी फ्यूनरल हो रहा है. फ्यूनरल के समय स्पीच दे रहा है. But Brutus, when Brutus is speaking, all the people are supporting Brutus. Yes, it is better that Caesar died. Rome के लिए अच्छा. फिर एंटनी की बारी आता है. When Antony goes for speaking, पब्लिक बोलता है कि आप सीसर के पक्ष में कुछ मत बोलना, फिर आपका भी कंडीशन सीसर जैसे होगा. लेकिन slowly what he does is that where Antony was a very good orator, very good speaker. तो oratory skill पूरा यूज करते, धीरे धीरे वो बात करके क्या करता है, he just convince people and saying that Caesar was not ambitious. ये लोगों ने गलत काम किया है. फिर politicians की जो dialogue ना, it is again with the same kind of politics which is going on our country also. When one party's leader come and speak, the crowd will cheer him up. After that, some other parties coming, the crowd may be the similar, and they do the same thing. So अभी जो ब्रूटस को सपोर्ट कर रहे थे, अभी धीरे धीरे मार्क एंटनी को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. And Mark Antony is using all the tricks. वो सीसर की बॉडी दिखा रहे, किसने चाकू मारे, मार्क बता रहे, फिर बोला कुछ कोइन लेकर आके बता रहे, दिस ब्लड फॉर रोमन्स, एंड सीसर आपके अच्छाई के लिए काम कर रहा था, ये सब बोल के he's just convincing. And finally what is happening in the play is that मार्क एंटनी पूरे लोगों के बीच में एक इंस्टिगेट करके अभी लोग जाके क्या कर रहे, they are killing, मतलब they are burning Rome. And there is riot in Rome, झगड़ा होता है. So एंटनी एक वर्ड बोल रहा है कि जो आँख मैंने दिया, let you do your work. जो आँख मैंने जलाया, let you do your work. So आगे वॉर चलता है, चलते चलते फिर एंटनी और सीसर के सिस्टर के बेटा ऑक्टेवियस इकट्ठे हो जाते हैं. So फाइनल वॉर में एंटनी एंड ऑक्टेवियस बाकी पूरा कॉन्स्पिरेसी को defeat करता है. and Octavius become the emperor of Rome. He is the second emperor. लेकिन अपना नाम चेंज कर लेता है. He is the nephew of Caesar and he changes his name from Octavius to Augustus. So he is the Augustus Caesar. Even Jesus Christ was born the time of Augustus Caesar. Okay. So that is the story of this play. So now, when you come to the enactment of this play, role play, we cannot do the full enactment of this play. Suppose if we want to do the enactment of first part, that is Caesar and Calpurnia wala, yes, dialogue. So Caesar should be a very strong man, right? Dialogue, all these dialogue first we need to learn, right? And the king's appearance, how he should be, bold, and his way of answering, his way of understanding. Then Calpurnia is also very intelligent here. That is, with her power of intuition and understanding, and all the way she is trying to block her husband that he should not fall any kind of. So, but finally, what happens? Opposite way. And if you are enacting the play of Brutus, yes, you need to learn the dialogue of Brutus, and you need to deliver it. Okay. And Antony to or aage chalna padega. You need to have more speaking oratory capacity. And in speaking also, we can teach in language classes like all these informal communication, non-verbal communication skills like body language, eye contact, use of symbols, okay, gestures. So Mark Antony also uses different kind of gestures. So we can use these kind of gestures also into our play. And second one, this is the assassination of Caesar. Okay, capital में इनको बुलाता है. Okay, coronation ceremony. And just I want to say the costume. So if you are enacting the play of Roman history, yes, उस जमाने के कपड़े होना चाहिए. आजकल के jeans, t-shirt, ये सब से नहीं हो सकता. Okay, so if you want to create that feeling, you need to have the dress of those days, long robe and sort of dress, right? And another one, I am not going to say the story of George, but this is a modern play, Pygmalion by George Bernard. So Pygmalion is a story of a transformation. Zero को hero बनाने वाला story in short we say. So Bernard is a modern writer, so he uses modern methodology here. So here the scene just tells you and I'll finish it. This is the last one. So it's the scene is Covent Garden Vegetable Market in London. Evening, night, 10 o'clock. A mother and their son and a daughter, they came and they were waiting for a cab. रात को एक गाड़ी से उतर के they are waiting for a cab, taxi. So while they were waiting, there were two people talking. So the one was a professor. His name is Professor Higgins. And he had a friend, his name is Colonel Pickering. Pickering is another person. So what Professor Higgins is doing, when they were doing it, Professor Higgins was just listening people and writing something. Different लोगों को देख के वो लिख रहा है कुछ. So when he was writing it, people thought that he's a policeman. So थोड़ा डर से सब खड़े, कुछ लोग बात करना ही बंद कर दिए. So after that, I understood that no, he was not a policeman. He was a professor of linguistics. He's just checking the pronunciation of the people, how they are pronounced it. And Bernard Shaw is showing that new subject also he is using in it. And at the same time, there was in English society, लोगों की language सुन के वो कौन से class के करके differentiate करते थे. Class system in British society he is showing that लोगों की pronunciation, उच्चारण ये सब देखे, sophisticated people and other one. So he's just seeing that. और प्रोफेसर हिगिंस केनल पिकरिंग को बोला तब एक लड़की फूल बेचने आती है. Her name is एलिसा डूलिटिल. एलिसा डूलिटिल नाम है. फूल बेचने आती है. So when she comes to sell the flower, प्रोफेसर हिगिंस अपने दोस्त पिकरिंग को बोलता है कि देखो ये लड़की कितनी सुंदर है, लेकिन इसकी अपीयरेंस बहुत शैबी है. बोलती देखो कैसे बात कर रही है. Not at all good. But I bet you, if I teach this girl, I can make her a duchess. Duchess माने एक queen जैसे बना सकती है. इसकी पूरा appearance change कर सकते हैं. I can teach her language. तो इन दोनों के बीच में एक bet होता है, शर्त होता है. And Professor Higgins takes this girl. पहले उसको बहुत अच्छे नहाने के लिए बोलते हैं. She takes bath and her dress change करता है. फिर उसके बाल hair style नए वे में change करता है. Now started her classes. Every day professor is teaching और अच्छे pronounce कई word ठीक तरह से pronounce नहीं करते तो क्या करते? मार्बल को टुकड़े कर देते different चीज. तो एक मार्बल के बीच उसकी मुंह में डालते हैं और बोलते हैं कि yes speak this word. Then if she's not speaking well, then she puts one more. So rigorous training and raat bhar bhi training karta hai. So again, what Barnasha is doing here is that he's criticizing modern education also. Other way, he's saying that modern education is very much forceful. जो पढ़ने वाले को बिल्कुल इंटरेस्ट नहीं पढ़ने की, लेकिन प्रोफेसर अपने तरीके यूज कर रहे हैं. Why professor is teaching? प्रोफेसर को नामदार होना है. He wants to become a very high-fi teacher, and I have changed a girl to a duchess. That is the thing. So that he's using, and finally, in one party when she goes, people are so much surprised to see that she कल तक कहीं fool बैठी थी. Now she has changed a lot, and people become so admire of her, and they are appreciating Professor Devi. So if we want to enact this play, yes, here आपको ज़्यादा Roman way में costume की ज़रूरत नहीं. Yes, ज़्यादा costume की ज़रूरत नहीं है, because this play is taken from modern time. Bernard Shaw is a modern playwright, and that way you can enact it. And characterization again, yes, Professor Higgins, very serious character. Colonel Pickering also serious, but at the same time, कभी-कभी Pickering को बहुत दया आता है बच्चे के ऊपर. And they are the spectators, okay, mother and one son and daughter. So this is all about enactment of a role play, and even characters already said, okay, characters give